How's it going, everybody? So it is a little late here now, so if I do sound tired, then please excuse me. I just finished watching The Warriors Den and UB Forward beforehand, so we do have a few things to talk about. You can see the trailer in the background at the moment. That is basically what was shown during the big Ubisoft show, so no huge announcement, no crossplay or whatever just yet. I mean, it was a possibility, but oh well. Year 4 Season 3 trailer it was. Expectations for this season were somewhat lower than for others. We knew there was no new hero, and we just had a huge combat overhaul with the core combat update, so what else can they give us this time? And the big, and I really do mean big, first thing they dropped on us was a customization thing. We are no longer bound by attacker and defender colors. That stuff is gone now. We have access to all color palettes. No limitations whatsoever. This was somewhat teased before, but quite a while ago. We did expect something akin to a toggle option like you see in RTS games, where you can either see a predefined attacker and defender color swatch, or whatever the player picked. Ubisoft went a different route here and updated the UI with an outline around teammates, which you can activate or disable in the settings. When I first saw it, I absolutely hated the outline. Well, I still do. I disliked this quite a bit, but when they showed it's an option in the settings, then I'm all for it. Giving players choices is always a good idea, so this change here gets a massive thumbs up from me. Not only does it open up way more customization, but also gives players that actually have trouble identifying teammates the option for additional help in the UI. I'm pretty sure everyone is happy with this. Maybe it'll take a few days to get used to the tinted HP bars. They haven't said it explicitly, but maybe we can turn those off in the options as well. Like I said, player choices are always good. Moving on, we have a new map. Yes, you heard right, after all this time, a new map. It is the Woolen Arena map, so it's probably available in training as well as in duels and brawls. While it's a small map, it does look absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love how it looks, and gameplay wise it seems to be a copy from Ranked Sanctuary. They haven't shown the bigger brawl version, but the whole background, the water, it does look stunning. Expect plenty of thumbnails from that map in the future. But that wasn't everything for maps. They did rework Sentinel. At least they said that this was the map that received the biggest changes. And from what they've shown, yeah, a decent amount of changes, not all for the better, so let's go over them real quick. We can do a more in-depth analysis once we get our hands on it next week, but their clips will have to do for now. The C point had its capture zone moved slightly, mostly so you can no longer boost and sit on the upstairs ballista. They want the fight to be more downstairs and inside, so the back area was reduced in size. The big problem that still remains are the two direct entrance points from the spawn points. They are still tiny and create a choke point. I do not understand why this has to be a thing on so many maps. The entrance corridors are awful. It makes for a terrible experience when you get blocked and denied entry just because one hero stands there. Forces you to unlock and roll through, which, because of the relock delay, means damage for the other person. This makes this point only accessible through the drawbridge. Well, the only realistic entrance point. The other new thing are ziplines from up top, which gives immediate access to mid. Whether it'll be better to just run instead because upstairs is no longer part of the zone, we'll see once we can play. While a neat addition, this might make the C point even better rotational wise, or the ziplines will make no difference whatsoever. I can't see a balance here, but maybe the map will surprise me. Next, the A point, it got made bigger, and while the ballista entrance points still seem tiny, the stairs at least look like you can't be blocked off of. What is a huge mistake though is the cauldron in the middle. This one will be used for stalling, no doubt. Now here's the problem, the cauldron is somewhat needed because of the ballista at sea, but the A point in isolation is terrible because of it. Overall, whether the map has improved, whether I like playing it, I can't tell at this point. I'm leaning more towards still not liking it. But there are worse maps, so who knows. They mentioned more changes to Temple Garden and Gauntlet, if I remember correctly. The latter needing major changes, but I don't have my hopes up if Sentinel had the biggest ones. Next, something for the competitive players. The Dominion series seems to be starting this season. Official Ubisoft tournament, split into EU and NA on PC. The initial plan was to have a LAN tournament for the finals, but with the current situation, it's understandable that it will be held fully online. So go, get your teams. There will be multiple weeks of qualifiers and whatnot. I'm looking forward to being entertained. Then, well, I'm not going to show you all the armor and weapons. That's not really what I do on this channel. I'm sure you've watched other content creators yell poggers at you already. But what I do want to quickly mention are the executions that we got yesterday, because I'm sure people are complaining again. Like last time, these are faction-specific ones, but the Wulin are missing this time. Whether that is a COVID-related issue because of motion capturing difficulties or something else, I don't know. Seems like a weird decision to go forward without them, but maybe it wasn't really their choice in the end if they weren't finished. No matter the community's like or rather dislike of the whole Wulin faction. But let's once again talk about faction-specific executions in general. We've had them last season as well, and from the vocal minority it seems like unique executions are preferred by the community. What we need to keep in mind is the overall amount of executions per character per season now. The Battle Pass had faction-specific executions in Season 1. Season 2 only had one for all heroes, so we lost some there already. But the last few events all had executions. This has been the trend for many months now. The important wording here is that it's per character. One tricks have more executions to buy each season. That is the only explanation that I can come up with without pulling the lazy card. We don't know enough about what orders are coming from up top, whether they have enough resources to make individual ones each season, or if the objective is to maximize sales. None of us have the numbers here, but I'm pretty sure Ubisoft can look at sale numbers in correlation to rep numbers and whatnot. It should make sense from a steel economy perspective. I don't really want to call it a business perspective. Steel is infinite after all, and the more effective steel sinks there are, the better. So who knows, maybe it's the one tricks always needing the newest stuff, whether this actually translates into higher steel demand, no clue. They should rather look into execution wheels or additional loadout slots so people are incentivized to use what they have already unlocked and maybe make them buy more because of that. I doubt we'll have any controversy when it comes to those features. Another thing that people might have missed in the Twitter post is that all executions will eventually be available on all heroes. For now, they are faction specific and eventually they will be universal. Once again, more executions on a per character basis. The discussion whether this type of sales optimization is needed or whether it even makes a big difference can surely be had, but who knows whether they're actually doing this because of what I'm speculating or for whatever else reason. In the end, the community seems to prefer unique ones. That much is pretty clear. But that doesn't mean that people don't like the new ones as well. You're allowed to like something, but prefer something else. Please don't forget that. But yeah, let's call it here. I'm sure patch notes will be available soon, and once we get our hands on it, we can take a deeper look. For now, I hope this overview was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters, everybody.